guys. So today I'm going to talk about the repetition of remedies for one last time, right? I've been harping on this for so long, but I feel like it's really important. We just need to clear up like the basics of homeopathy, which is, and nobody talks about this, okay? And if you're a patient or you're interested in homeopathy, you're a professional homeopath, whatever, we never talk about these issues. And I seem to be the only one talking about this. So, right, even if you're just interested in alternative medicine, wouldn't you want to know like the basics of homeopathy? Wouldn't you want to have that cleared up for you so you can we can move forward together and continue the discourse about homeopathy together. But for that, we have to kind of reach a consensus about homeopathy, right? Right now, the situation is that you know, every homeopath is going to tell you something different about even the basics of homeopathy. Every homeopath is going to be completely different. And that's crazy, okay? Everyone is confused, like patients, people interested in alternative medicine, truthers. Nobody, you know, understands homeopathy. Everybody's confused about homeopathy. Like, what's going on, you know? So we have to clear up the basics, okay? I always say the basis of homeopathy is the methodology of giving one remedy and then waiting for a long time. Because we expect basically we expect a cure from that one dose, from one dose of a homeopathic remedy. And for the cure to complete, you have to wait for a long time. That's how you prescribe homeopathic remedies. How can it work like that? Well, it can work like that because you have, before you give that remedy, homeopaths study a case for hours and hours and hours. It's a very intricate scientific process, empirical. And we arrive at the perfect remedy for a patient, which will trigger a complete rejuvenation of your whole state of being. I know those are big words, but I have to use big words because this is the basis of homeopathy, okay? What I just described. Now, a lot of people are saying all kinds of things. And this process is described by the father of homeopathy, James Tyler Kent. Okay. So that is our basically the starting point. Okay. And so a lot of people dispute that. A lot of people say that, for instance, okay, there are many things that are said. Some people say Kent is obsolete. Well, Kent cannot be obsolete, okay? Because, and if you're just starting to look into homeopathy, let me explain this to you. Kent if you're researching homeopathy, Kent is the second father of homeopathy. Okay. He basically, all the information that homeopaths use, like remedy information, was actually it's the work of Kent. All the information about remedies in homeopathy, we call those the repertory. All that information is from Kent. Even the people who despise Kent and say that he's obsolete, they use his remedy information, the repertory, the materia medica. Everything they do is based on Kent, and then we have this situation that everything is based on Kent, and then they say, but the way he did it, the way he prescribed remedies is wrong, and he's obsolete. While at the same time, he was a Renaissance genius, unsurpassable by anyone today. If you look at his work on remedies, on materia medica, unsurpassable by anyone nowadays. So instead of like saying you're smarter than Kent, you should humble yourself and follow what he says. Okay, so that's the one thing. And then another group of people say that Kent is he didn't actually say that. He didn't actually say that we don't repeat remedies. Okay. And we're going to look at some quotes about that. We're going to look at some quotes. So let's go down. By the way, you can confirm everything I say. HOMEOINT.org, Lecture 36, Lectures on Homeopathic Philosophy by J.T. Kent. The early repetition of the medicine. Wait, let's not do this one. Let's go down. Let's go down and look at a better one. It is the duty of the physician then to wait and wait a long time. But if after many months no outward symptoms have appeared, no external tendency of the disease, it is true that another dose of the same medicine will not do harm, and the same remedy is the only one that can be considered. This is talking about the second prescription, okay? After you've given a remedy, how long should you wait? What's going on? And the answer is wait a long time. And after many months. So, the second prescription in homeopathy comes after many months. If there are no signs, if the patient is not showing any signs, after many months, you can repeat the remedy. Also, after many months, if there are new symptoms, spectacular symptoms, you can give a different remedy. But it's always many months, 6 months to a year, okay? So I'm just, this is a reaction to the people who say that Kent repeated remedies frequently. Well, you tell me what this says, okay? You interpret this. How do you interpret many months? How do you interpret a long time? It's hard to find quotes from Kent, explicitly confirming that he waited a long time and he didn't repeat remedies, because that was a given for him. But there are quotes like this one, so there's no other way to explain this, you know. How else do you interpret wait a long time? How else do you interpret many months? Is it frequent repetition, or is it true that we don't repeat remedies often? Which one is it? You tell me, based on this sentence. English language competence. How's your English language competence? Wait a long time. I don't know how you can put a spin on wait a long time and many months. Okay. And there are other quotes all over the place. Okay, so if after an interval of 2 or 3 months, the original symptoms return, right, is talking about a relapse. So relapses can occur 2 or 3 months after the first prescription. Then you can repeat the remedy. But 2 or 3 months is not repeating remedies frequently. 2 or 3 months is a style of it's a prescription, a style of practicing homeopathy which doesn't repeat frequently. The early repetition of the medicine and continued giving of the same medicine will prevent anything like an opportunity for making of a second prescription. You tell me what is this referring to? Is this saying that you have to repeat? Again, sorry. English language competence test. Is this saying you have to repeat remedies frequently? The early repetition of the medicine and the continued giving of the same medicine will prevent anything like an opportunity for making of a second prescription. You tell me, the geniuses out there who are always barking at me about how I'm wrong, you tell me, what is this talking about? This is just confirming that in homeopathy, the basic rule is you give a remedy and then you wait for a long time. Right? So I think we established this. And then once you understand this, you can basically orient yourself. You can basically orient yourself in homeopathy, right? You have now the basics. You have the basics, kind of. And so my advice to you is you can start actually, you can start to evaluate homeopaths, right? Based on this. If somebody's talking about something completely different from this, he's probably a quack, okay? Ask your homeopath, ask your therapist, do you conform to these principles, etc.? And, there are a lot of these people. And of course, there are even people who give multiple remedies at the same time, right? And stuff like that. And so now that you understand like the fundamentals of homeopathy, we can move forward, right? What else? What else do we have to know? We can build on this knowledge and move forward together. And otherwise, if you don't have principles, if you don't have any rules in a science, right? In a science, you're not going to be able to kind of develop your knowledge, right? Deepen your knowledge. If there's no principle, if you can do whatever you want, if somebody just says a random thing and people are going to follow it because there's no kind of a reference, like a set of rules, it's not possible to move forward as a science, right? And if you look at a lot of homeopaths today and the people who talk about homeopathy, I'm also talking about like the New Age people, anthroposophic medicine, also the truthers, Steve Falconer, the esoteric people. They're doing a lot of damage to homeopathy because instead of establishing the basic framework, they're completely removing the basic framework, the basis, the basic principles, and they're throwing like shit at the wall and seeing if it sticks or not. Just some random stuff. Here's some star signs and astrology and whatever, and shamanic stuff and whatever. They come up with a lot of stuff. And then everybody still remains confused about homeopathy. Everyone is confused, and they just keep coming up with more and more made up bullshit, while the basic principles are blurred, right? And they're actually damaging homeopathy by not allowing discourse. Proper discourse needs, we need agreed upon foundational principles. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess, right? All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much.